hi to whoever's watching this. Um, if you're here for advice or positivity, this is definitely not the video for you. Um, this is something I need to make, and it's basically me just talking about my life, and I need that because recently things have been really crap, and not I've kind of bottled it all up, and I'm not exactly getting the professional help that I need, even though I've been asking for it. Yeah, so basically, I've been depressed for ages, for years, since I was 11. And I've always been up and down and all that. Um, but this is going to be about this last year specifically. Um, we moved back, we moved it back here, to the UK. I had to leave friends of years behind, and for some reason, my way of dealing with that was just to cut them out, not stay in contact. I'm not sure why my brain tells me that, but it does. And it doesn't help staying away from old friends when you moved away. And I wish that was it, and I wish that things were better here so I wouldn't be focusing on the past so much and people in my past. But I came here, went to do my GCSEs in a year, and the college I was at was terrible. The people there just, I went in every morning and I just couldn't wait to get through the day because just the people there is just not a nice environment. Um, got some crap for my sexuality, my religion, and that was just from three idiots. So I tried to disregard that, but just being there and being away from people you've known for ages, friends that meant to be friends for life from back in Saudi, and then having to deal with being away from old friends and not making really good new ones here. It's wasn't easy. And throughout the year, even though there was loads of crap, I managed to get through it by just trying to stay positive and say to myself, oh well, things are not too great right now, but I've got my future. Things are gonna be better for me. And in a weird way, even though I've never really been a positive person, that kept me going. And even though things were crap, I just tried to focus on my education and I just wanted to get over it the year. Then in April, it was a few days after my birthday, found out my grandma had cancer. And at first, things looked much worse than they were. And doctors said, everyone thought, as well as the doctors, that my grandma would be gone soon. But after those tests and stuff, we realized that um, it's only recently become aggressive, so the medication she's receiving will like reduce the tumor and stop its growth, but it won't completely, get rid of it. So when I found out about my grandma, that was kind of the end of it. Really, I was pushed over the edge, more like it. I just had so much going on, and that was like the last push. But then a month or two later, we found out that she was gonna be somewhat okay. I did not get better, I just kept getting worse, and even though that was what basically pushed me over my maximum point, basically, when that was kind of started, I didn't feel any better, it just kept getting worse, and as time goes on, I just keep pushing people that I love away from me, and it's not because I want to, it's just I feel so empty and dead inside, and even though I try to fake being happy, I try to fake going out and having fun, it's just really tiring and exhausting. And after April, I just kept going downhill from there. And it just so happened to be the same time as my exams. So in April, I was starting to revise for my exams, and my head fucked up. It's just it's really hard to keep focused and try to put everything aside while I revise. But since I care so much about my education, I just force myself and I force myself, and I guess I kind of got through it when it comes to education. I didn't do that. I did relatively well. Um, so that's not really an issue. But from April till now, it's I've been getting worse, and there's I feel like I've pushed people so far that I lost them for good, and everyone that I don't speak to anymore, it's it's not because I don't love you, it's not because I don't care. It's just I don't want to spread negativity and all that crap in my life onto you. And I thought that if I stayed away and sorted myself out, I'd be okay soon, but I'm not. And professional help, yeah, forget about that. That's not being taken seriously. Um, and I recently um, went out. So it was June, early June. Um, I just finished one of my exams, and was going to the bus stop to take a bus home, and I've got piece of ID and my bus ticket, and I showed that to the bus driver when I got on, and that's all I need to get on the bus, just proof of my age and a ticket. And the entire year, no one said anything to me about it. Um, but then there's this racist asshole of a driver. He kept asking me for a photo ID, and I'm like, I've got my proof of age, and that's got my photo on it. But and yeah, he kept saying crap, and he just said, if you don't get off the bus right now, I'm gonna fine you 75 quid. Um, and since I had so much going on, my head was messed up, and I just had an exam. I just couldn't take it. I got off the bus and I started crying. Um, and then when I went home, I took the next bus home. I told my parents and all that, and then um, a few hours later, I started having difficulty breathing, and I thought it was because to do with my coughing problem or whatever. So I decided to go to A&E, and didn't know what was wrong with me, and my parents were worried and stuff. And so when I got checked and all, it just all happened in bad timing, and I had to get my blood pressure checked. And since I was in a really bad state at that time, I had to take off one of my arms out of my sleeve, and I had to get my blood pressure checked. And my mom was right there, and she saw a bunch of scars in my arm, and I was there, and I was having a really bad panic attack, and she stood there looking at me, and she said, "Why?" And because I tried so hard to keep all that to myself because I didn't want to put anyone on her plate. I just couldn't take it at that point anyway. I just told her I've been so fucking depressed and told her to get out of the room because I didn't really want any extra crap at that time. Um, I got checked and stuff. I was alright. It was just a panic attack. It lasted about an hour and a half. Yeah, it was hell. But that's when I got referred to my GP, and then my GP referred me to some counseling service shit, and I had to wait 4 weeks to get an introduction appointment for that. And then during my introduction appointment, they told me I had to wait 10 to 16 weeks for my actual appointments, counseling appointments. So anyhow, they put me in a waiting list. It's gonna be quite a while. And during that time, I became worse, so I went back to my GP, and he said he'll refer me to a psychiatrist, and he did. And 3 weeks later, it was today, yesterday, went to see her, and she spoke to me for about an hour, and it was just asking me questions. It wasn't a proper counseling session or anything. She asked me questions for about an hour, and then she's like, "I'm gonna see you in 2 months' time. Do this and this with your medication. Try that, and then stop it 2 weeks before you see me again, and I'll check with you then." And it just doesn't feel like I'm being taken seriously. Like my whole life is on hold. My social life is just down the drain. My friends, my family. I hadn't spoken to my brother for months, and when he came about 4 or 5 weeks ago for a surprise visit, I just felt so ashamed and embarrassed because I do love him. I do love everyone that I'm not speaking to at the moment. It's just, I don't know what's wrong with me, and it would be useful if if professionals can help me, but they don't. And I just really want my life back. And to add on to that, I recently took off my hijab, and in case, not before that, I wanted to for so long, but I never did because I felt like I was big enough disappointment as it is, being gay and Muslim. And my family's religious, my parents, so I just didn't want to disappoint them any further. Um, but I just had it. It was early August, a few weeks ago, and I couldn't even get myself to talk to them face to face, my parents. So I just emailed my mom, only my mom, and she just forwarded it to my dad without my permission. I I confronted them the next day, but I didn't really want my dad seeing it because I don't think it's any of his business, to be honest. Um, so yeah, the next day I went downstairs, and during the night, because I sent it at night, and the next day was when I see them face to face. my dad had responded, and he said, "I thought you were stronger than this." That really hurt because I feel like I've been through a lot, and for someone to tell me that just because I'm not wearing a hijab anymore for multiple reasons, some of which I stated in the email I sent them, some which I kept to myself, to save myself some crap. Just be told that I'm not as strong as they thought I was because I took off my scarf. Like, my strength has nothing to do with whether or not I wear a scarf. But yeah, um, I don't know what I'm doing in my life at the moment. I get back to college next week, and I'm just a mess. I'm not myself. It feels like I'm a whole different person. Uh, and it's so hard because I don't know what to do to make myself better. And I've been told all this stuff, but I just can't get myself to do it. And I need support, and I need professionals to talk to. But basically, what I've been told recently is just because I'm not attempting to take my own life, I'm not as serious as the case. And yes, I get if I was, attempting to take my own life, that would be really serious. But my life is on hold right now, and I've just completely shut down, and everything's just messed up. So my life is affected really bad, and I feel like I'm losing everyone that I love because I'm so messed up, and I don't even know what to do because I feel like so different. I'm a whole like I feel so disconnected from people, and all these people that I love are probably thinking that I don't give a shit about them, but I do. And the past few months have not been not spoke to anyone I know or seen anyone I know, and I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Basically, I'm kind of just existing. I'm not really living, I'm alive, but I'm just existing. I feel dead on the inside, and I feel numb, I feel disconnected, even though I love all these people, but I just feel so distant from them, and that's what's making me push them away. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm hoping getting back to college next week is gonna help me get back in routine or something. Maybe that's gonna help me a bit. I don't know, but I don't know. This video might help someone because I'm on YouTube a lot, and I watch loads of people's stories and stuff, and their struggles, and sometimes it helps knowing that there's people out there who have similar problems or is having a difficult time. And if I help one person, that'll be mission accomplished, really. And plus, I think I'm gonna feel better after this because I said some of what's on my mind, and I could go an hour speaking, but yeah, to make this thing on YouTube. Even though I'm struggling right now and things are hell, um, today, and just at random places I see things or hear songs that just remind me it's gonna be okay. And I'm gonna be okay. Today at the mental health place that I went to, on the wall it said, "Darling, you'll be okay." I just sat there rereading that again and again. I will be okay, but for now it's just a real struggle. I want to do so much with my life. I want to be happy. I want to be successful. And I want to give back to people. I want to help out people. And I just don't want this. I don't want to be feeling so crap. I'm not the best at people. I make mistakes, but we all do. But I genuinely love people. And when I love people, I just give them my all. Even though I get mad quite easily sometimes, especially these days and past few months. And I might say some stuff, but I'm really hurting. And sometimes I cry, sometimes I don't. It depends. Sometimes it feels so out of control and I'm so mad and it's really hard. It's like you have no control over yourself. And when people have broken arms, broken legs, whatever, their life is affected because they can't move as well or you can't carry stuff or whatever. But at the moment, what I'm feeling is that I'm broken, and I feel that I'm broken, and that's why everything's just falling apart. And I wish it was broken arm, to be honest, but it's not. I feel like my whole self is just broken. If anyone I know is watching this, I'm sorry for anything I've said that might have hurt you. I'm sorry for um, just being messed up recently, especially, and I'm sorry that I've just disappeared, but I'm just trying to sort myself out in some way. And I know people tell me isolating myself is not the answer, but I feel like I can't function. And I just don't want people seeing it like that. I've been depressed for so long, but I've not really ever come to the point where I feel like I just can't work. And I don't want people seeing this side of me. It's a really bad side, and I really want to get better, and hope it's sometime soon. But for anyone that knows me, please don't give up on me, because I love you, and you mean a lot to me, and I mean it. Well, yeah, I should probably end this. So for whoever's out there and for myself, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay.